What's up, guys? I wanted to come and talk to you real quick about this struggle that I have. There's this struggle that I have constantly, and was really just thinking about it today, and the fact that I'm always in my mind thinking about family time, thinking about the business, thinking about my faith, who am I as a man. There's all these things that I struggle with so much, and it's this internal battle. I want to be the best in every single area that I can be, and can I? That's another big question. And at the end of the day, I know that the only thing that matters is my faith, my devotion to God. But still, while I'm here on this earth, I really want to be a great example. And I do my best to give everything up to God and focus on Him and give Him the credit, put myself and submit myself to Him. But I couldn't help but just thinking about, especially today, I've got several things I want to do for the business. I want to spend time with the family. I was looking at different things, and we've been hanging out a lot today, and there hasn't been a ton of business stuff going on. But as I'm spending time with the family, still in the back of my mind, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that. Doing these lives every day for 90 days, I'm thinking about, when can I go do that? When's the opportunity to do that? And I like to get in the studio and do this rather than doing it at the house or outside of the house, in the yard, or anything like that. But I was going back and forth the whole morning, and now it's about 12:30 as I'm recording this, and just struggling time and time again to stay focused on the thing that's right in front of me. Be focused on my family, on my two little girls and my wife, and successful overall. Although there was times where I was on my phone, I was working on some stuff for some automations for the company and go high level, and thinking about some ads that I want to run, just different things going on that are easy distractions that can happen. I was on Facebook. I made a post earlier today. I was thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. So many things. And this is a struggle that I go through time and time again. I know on social media, it may look like I've got it all down, but it's far from that. I do not have this down at all. Thankfully, I've put things in place. I am conscious and aware of these things that are coming up, and I do my best to be cognizant of that and try and put my efforts into those things. And so a lot of times I put it as a task for me to do. I mean, I am a task-oriented person. I like to check boxes off and everything. I like to achieve, and so therefore I do kind of put it into that segment of, okay, am I spending time with family? Have I had family time? Have I done this? And even with my wife, that's something that I want to show her love. And so for me to be able to make sure I'm showing her that love, what is something that I can do for her today? What is something that I've done for her recently? And just trying to make sure I'm at least doing one thing. And action is not everything. That's the way I show love. I know having time with her is her love. Quality time is her love language. And so I try to make sure that I have quality time with her, that I'm spending that time with her. But I want to show it in multiple different ways as well, because if all I do is just sit around her and ignore her, or maybe we're just sitting there, then is she going to really truly feel the love all the time? Maybe, maybe not. But also for me, that's just not my love language. I want to be doing things. I want to be showing action and be saying things. So I do show a little bit of love in my own way as well. And I know that's not the ultimate way. And I'm referencing essentially, or talking around, a book called The 5 Love Languages. If you haven't checked that out, definitely check that out. It's not only great for love, but understanding how people feel appreciated, I would say, as well. Do they need that quality time with you as their leader? Do they need those words of affirmation from you as a leader, as a husband, as a wife? It's a great all-around life book to me, although it is emphasized around love, so an intimate relationship. But going back to our message here that I wanted to talk to you about is really just that struggle. So some of the things for me that I do to help me stay zoned in as much as possible, to be intentional, which is my word for this year, is being intentional in all things, is setting up tasks to make sure that I do those things. Because as really an overachiever, not even just an achiever, somebody who wants to achieve a lot, I am an overachiever. I become a perfectionist sometimes as well. I want to do my best, and I want to know that I've done things. So I set up tasks, whether it be for my professional life or my family life. That's how I do that. And then when I hit those tasks, if I've got extra that I can do, great, that's awesome. But if that's all I get done today, that's okay as well. But I make sure I get those tasks done. I try and set them up ahead of time. And why I set them up ahead of time is because if you're doing it in the moment, you'll find the fact that you water down what you can do, what you can accomplish. And where I really noticed this first happening for me was many moons ago when I was more into the gym. I was a single guy, all those things. When I wrote down what my workout was before I went to the gym, I struggled to get through the workout, because when I wrote it down, and it's kind of a double-edged sword, because one side, I wrote it down where I was fresh, where I was motivated, ready to go to the gym. And so I was very ambitious with it. Oh, I'm gonna do 4 sets of 10 on this, 4 sets of 10 on that. We're gonna have like 6 different exercises. And I get there and I'm just not feeling it. I don't want to do it. Or I get halfway through it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so sore. My muscles are so tight, like they feel like they're just about to explode. My clothes don't fit anymore because of the pump and everything. But I still pushed through and got the workout done. And those were some of my best workouts because I planned ahead of time what I wanted to do. And so same thing when it comes to my family and business activities. When I plan ahead of time, when I plan at least the day before or the week before, whatever that looks like for you on your planning, it helps me tremendously because I push my limits even more. I am more intentional, I am more focused, and I get more done, or I do more of the things that I want to do because I set that intention and I set the plan up before I got into that day. But if you were just trying to wing it every single day, and it may seem crazy at first that why would I put tasks down? Why would I talk about these things and do these things and write them all down when I can just figure it out in the moment? I'll figure out what happens in the moment. Well, things are always going to come up. You're not going to want to do it. For instance, with this live video, I know I've got to do it every day, and there's days where I'm out here at 8:30 doing it. I'm trying to figure it out, and there have been a couple of times, and maybe I've watched it, maybe you haven't, where I was like for 2 minutes on a live video and like, hey, you just want to come on real quick? And it was basically, I was checking the box. I was just doing the thing because I let other things get in the way. And that's exactly what happens with your family time. When you allow other things to get in the way and you don't intentionally plan, people can tell, your family can tell. Look at that. Dad just checking the box again. Dad said he probably put down on his list, I've got to spend time with the family. I've got to do something for them. And so you just find any little willy-nilly thing and do that. And so it is a struggle to balance both family and business. But what I found to be most helpful for me is by creating tasks. And I'm gonna give a shout out to Lisa and Nathan. I love their app, and I've got my phone over here off to the side, recording me for behind the scenes content, which is one of my tasks to start doing for better B-roll on these videos. But they've got a great app called Habitual Growth. It has been helping me so much because I'm able to write those tasks down. I'm able to see them, check them off, all these beautiful things that my mind just loves to do. So definitely go check that app out. Shameless plug there. Thanks, Lisa and Nathan. But for you, you can even just write them down. I've wrote them down in notebooks before, and checking it off that way. Sometimes that works better for those of you that like to handwrite things versus doing it digitally. You could do that also. But for me, what I found to be able to balance or create the harmony really between family life and business life is by creating tasks. Telling myself I'm going to do these things tomorrow and finding intentional opportunities to be able to show love, show affection, be there for my family, move the business forward. And when I do that, it has helped me tremendously, and it also relieves a lot of the stress that I feel because I feel like I'm not moving forward in business especially, but even my family, I feel like, could I do more? What else could I do? And there's this struggle, this internal battle, and it allows, not all of it, but it allows a lot of it to go away because I work on that and have those tasks in place. So if you're struggling right now, first of all, feel free to reach out to me. I would love to see how I can help you, give you some advice, be a sounding board for you. But secondly, start writing down what it is that you want to do, the things that you think you could do today to show that love, to move the business forward, and keep writing them down every day. Put different tasks there and watch as you check off these tasks, you're going to start creating wins, which will create momentum in your mind, and eventually it'll be in your business and in your family life. But that momentum in your mind will help you continue to push through. by writing down these simple tasks. And it seems crazy, it seems stupid probably, but trust me, do that for the next 30 days. Do everything on that list with intentionality, not just saying, hey, checkbox, checked it, we're good, but being intentional with it, and watch your life flourish and the anxiety and the cloudiness and your lack of focus in your mind go away. Watch this video again, especially right there at the end where I talked about that, but do a task list. Trust me, it's going to be great for you. But with that, guys, go out there, crush it, and keep going, because the things that are on your mind that you're thinking about doing, God put them there. They're there for a reason, and you can make it happen.